That's when I look at that is just I get excited, okay? And I'll tell you why I get excited. I'm going to share with you an opportunity that's so unique and so different. It's already changing lives around the world. And when you experience what this platform has to offer, you'll understand why. The three P's, which is a framework of this opportunity, is the product, which is the smart contract technology, and we're going to talk about that. The people, which is a community-owned network, and then of course the pay plan. Now, you guys remember the journey, the Bitcoin journey? I do. Okay. And if you remember 15 years ago, it was a penny. Literally, it was. I'm going to go right here to the Bitcoin chart because I want you guys to see this, understand where I'm coming from. So if we would go back all the way back, all right, and I'm going to show you guys can see this chart here, right? This chart reflects January 12th of 2010. Bitcoin was 6 cents. Look at those numbers on there. 6 cents. Look at the 24-hour volume. $75.42. Now, I remember 2010. You know how I remember? Because I had just launched my first network marketing company in the travel industry. And I remember it, colleagues were telling me, Steve, you got to check out this thing called Bitcoin. And I was like, man, I'm so busy right now. We're building our company. I don't have time. You got to look at this, Steve. This thing could be huge in the future. And I was like, man, okay. So I looked at it. I'm like, this cryptocurrency thing, man, is for way in the future. That's like years and years, light years ahead. I'm busy right now, right? And he said, listen, man, you got at least buy some and hang on to it. And you know what, guys? I did buy some Bitcoin at 10 cents. Now, ask me where that Bitcoin is, how to access it, what wallet. I have no clue, no idea whatsoever. Okay. So we look at a progression of Bitcoin and we look at this, right? 2021, $13.31. Guys, look at this. 2012, $10.58, right? Look at this. 2013, February, $30. Think about it for a second. 2013, 2014, 441. So we could look at a progression, right? 6,094 in 2018. Okay, so let's jump to, okay, a month ago. Look at this chart. Guys, these are people buying. Look at all that red. People selling, 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 right? I'm not sure what they were thinking. I don't know what was going on, but they were selling. Look at all that red. Selling, 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 right? But this is Bitcoin. This is the history of Bitcoin right here. Okay, and we can look at any coin and coin market cap, and you guys will see the same trend in all the cryptocurrencies out there. Okay, all the way from, and you guys could do this research yourself on all the tokens that are available and all the ones that the market is fluctuated and fluctuates and fluctuate. While that's loading, here we go. While that's loading, one of the things I want for folks to understand that are here for the first time, okay? What Veritas Vault has to offer is nothing new, right? We start hearing about, Bitcoin when it became a thing. I remember 2013 here in the US, all of a sudden people were catching on to Bitcoin and you start hearing about Bitcoin mining and the first halving took place and, the second halving took place and people were buying, 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 and then they started selling, selling, selling. And then we have one more halving left in 2028, right? After that, Bitcoin will be, 100% in circulation, right? So it's exciting. And then we start hearing about all these different technologies, right? We start hearing about staking and, all of a sudden we start hearing about AI trading and, AI technology is taking over and, we're hearing about smart contracts. So we have to go back to, you know, back in time. If you guys remember when Web 1.0 was introduced, right? We start hearing about the World Wide Web. All of a sudden, I remember when World Wide Web back in what is it, like in the 80s, late 80s, 90s, to build a website was like 20,000, 40,000. It was just ridiculous prices. Today, you can do it for free. And then we transitioned to Web 2.0, right? Cloud computing. All of a sudden, we start hearing about the cloud, and everything's going to the cloud, the birth of Google and Facebook, and all this in the cloud. Now here we are transitioning because there's a paradigm shift that takes place every so often on the earth, and we are now transitioning into Web 3.0, decentralized computing, the blockchain technology, right? Everything is shifting, and that's why all of a sudden all these new technologies are being introduced. we're hearing about Veritas Vault and we're hearing about staking. Guys, staking is not anything new. I mean, matter of fact, if we go, I'll give you an example. If we go to MetaMask, right? I'm gonna change the main net here to Ethereum, for example, right? And you go to Ethereum, you see this right here, this earn with this little sign there. If you click on that, this you could stake Ethereum right on MetaMask right here. I mean, uh, I'll play this little video so you can kind of get a quick idea. We'll look at that. Does that look familiar? Stake and unstake anytime. Folks, look, what Veritas Vault is offering is nothing new. It's not like all of a sudden, Nick came up with a great idea and let's launch a company and make a lot of money. No, I'll tell you exactly what he did. If you go and research, yeah, I'm going to go to a new tab here, right? And you type in, for example, what tokens can be staked, all right? So we'll go to my Brave search bar here and we're just going to do this, right? We'll do this together. Look, there's many tokens you could stake, and you guys could research this yourself. Ethereum. I mean, the list goes on. There's videos on how to stake crypto on the Tangent wallet. I mean, it goes on and on in different platforms. The top staking cryptos out there, right? So it's nothing new what Veritas Vault is offering, but I will share what they're doing different compared to what's out there. So if we go to best cryptos for 2025, look at the list. These are names you guys recognize, right? And it's all based on an APY. Okay, we're gonna look at that, right? Look at this: Tron, Avalanche, USDT, Ethereum, Toncoin. You guys, this one's familiar to you? DAI, right? Solana, Binance Coin. These are all coins, but look at the APY, 20% on Tron. You guys understand this is a annual percentage yield, annual. This is a year, 20% a year, okay, on Tron. Look at this, USDT, 3% annual, all right? So nothing new. Veritas Vault isn't inventing the wheel. What we've done is actually enhanced it. We made it simpler and easier and more lucrative for you, us, the people of the community. That's all we've done. Look at this. You can go out there and stake any token you want. That's stakeable, of course. Solana, 2.7. Look at that, right? Binance Coin, 7.8. So the list goes on, and you can do your own research on this, right? So there's nothing new. We're not reinventing the wheel, and you can do all your due diligence, do your own research, right? But what we are doing is this, and I'm going to go back now to our little chart here. And we're going to talk about this community that we're building now and how lucrative this coin is, the VVA. Okay, so this community is being built. To understand the ownership and the collective ownership is when you buy and stake the VVA token, as you can, I just showed you all the different tokens you could purchase and stake, and it's based on a annual percentage yield. Ours is based on, guess what? Every 8-hour yield. And I'm going to show you that. That's what's so powerful of Veritas Vault. But you become an owner of the smart contract, right? It's owned by we, the people, completely transparent on the blockchain. So we come together, we share, and we share the success, because this is the key part right here, guys, is the shared success. Okay, we all drive the token price and share in the profits. So this builds in safeguard for each one of us. But here is what makes Veritas Vault so unique compared to what I just showed you, where you can stake Ethereum and all the different tokens that are out there, is this amazing triple daily reward. Okay, these are your staking rewards through Veritas Vault. So for the members that are the newly members, right, this is what they saw. And for all the guests that have joined us today, I'm showing you what makes Veritas Vault different from all the other tokens that you could stake that are outside of Veritas Vault, right? Is the fact that you can earn up to 0.44% every 8 hours. It's not based on an annual percentage yield. It's based on a every 8 hours yield, right? That's the maximum earning rate. So that works up to be what, 1.32% daily potential? That's 7 days a week. Guys, you see how powerful this is? 7 days a week. That's 3 times daily payments, consistent income stream. And I have said this, you could read this on the screen, you could hear my voice sharing this with you, but until you truly experience it, it's a whole different feeling experiencing what I'm showing you here. But this is how the staking works. Staking means buying the VVA token and holding them in your wallet without selling, right? So you earn percentage rewards regularly just for holding. Now, the video I showed you with Ethereum, right? There was nothing different in that video. You could stake and unstake. That's what you can do with most of these tokens, right? They're not locked. Some of them do lock it, some don't. But the flexibility with Veritas Vault is you can unstake and cash out when you need anytime while leaving the balance to continue earning. That's the uniqueness of Veritas Vault, guys. And that's what's so powerful about this platform. When I share this with a lot of individuals that's in the space of quote unquote passive income, they're like, wait a minute, you mean our monies are not locked for 3 months or 6 months or a year? No, it's not. Oh, wait a minute. You mean there's no minimums and withdrawal? There's no restrictions. Because most platform, there's minimums before you can withdraw, right, from it, meaning the profits and there is no minimums, and that's what's so beautiful about it. Is you have a bill to pay, listen, absolutely, you need $100, $200, take the market price, divide it into that amount you need. It'll tell you exactly how many tokens you need to unstake and cash out and pay your bills and leave the rest there, because you do not want to miss on that up to 0.44% every 8 hours. Is very powerful. So that's how this works. So there's no sponsoring needed to qualify to earn whatsoever. This is just you taking your money and you staking it and earning up to 0.44. Now, we do have an amazing referral program. I'm going to pull that chart up real quick and just share that with you. It's called the Veritas Unilevel Reward Plan. Now, obviously, like me and many others, after you start experiencing this phenomena, you're going to want to share it with everyone. Everyone. I mean, literally, I'm sharing it with everyone. Because we're in this area, like I said, of Web 3.0, this whole decentralized era where we're hearing all these new technologies, taking place, and innovation is taking place. All Veritas Vault is doing is looking at what's out there. How could we better create a platform where the members can win, right? How you can be earning in a way that you've never experienced earning potentials. And that's what this platform is all about, to help you, to empower you financially, and to be part of a community where we're helping and we're sharing and we're empowering. Well, this Unilevel reward plan does that for you just by sharing this opportunity. So there's two qualifications. It's very simple: personally stake requirement, and then direct referral needed. That's it. So, for example, what a unilevel means, if in case you don't know, it just means it's one level, meaning that in this case, right, you need 12 total to unlock this whole compensation plan. So let's say you shared it with 12 people. Well, that's all on your front line or direct to you. Those are direct referral, all 12 of them, which mean they'll land on your first level. So in order to earn, right, from those 12, all you need to do is have in stake VVAs and DAI value of 100 DAIs, and then you refer one person that just basically duplicate the same thing. They just come in and stake in DAI value 100, and you will earn 18%. Now, where does that 18% come from? Well, those 12 obviously will, stake their own personal amount, whatever it may be, $100, $1,000, $5,000. I don't know what amount they're going to stake, but they're going to earn that 0.44%, right? Up to 0.44% every 8 hours. Well, when they earn, you get 18% of what they earn. Very powerful. So if you have 12, that's 12 payments, right, in 8 hours. In another 8 hours, you're going to get another 12 payments from those 12 personal referral, and another 8 hours, you're going to get another 12 payments 3 times. So you do the math. What's that? 24, 36 payments in one day, micropayments, right? From this amazing plan. Now, obviously, they're going to go out and share and so on and so forth. So all of a sudden, now you're going to experience what you call exponential growth down 12 levels. Well, let's just say you want to unlock, you've got your network being built down to 6 levels. Well, to make sure you unlock levels 1 through 6, you just need to make sure personally you have, again, in stake VVAs in DAI value of 2,000. Now, one thing I'll share about this, remember, you're going to be earning VVAs, right? Because you're earning that rebase reward personally. You're earning these percentage, on this rebase reward here. And then the market value. As the market value, that also has a play in your total amount stake. So it's a win-win for you, really, because that doesn't mean you have to personally put more money in. It just means that, look, you build a team, you're earning more rebase reward every 8 hours. The market value goes up automatically. Guess what? The value goes up also, right? But to unlock the 6 levels, you just need to make sure you have 2,000 in DAI value. And then 6 personal referrals, that has a minimum of VVA stake and DAI value of $100. And then you unlock all 5 levels of 18%, 13%, 10%, 8%, 5, right? But if you want to totally unlock and maximize, because look, your team is just growing, then obviously, again, personally stake is 10,000 in DAI, VBA value, and then 12 personals that has a minimum of 10. Then that unlocks all 12 levels, as you can see here. But when you start experiencing, guys, these micro payments every 8 hours, I mean, you think about it, right? Look at it this way, whether you shared it with, 5 people or 6 people or 12 people because you just want to maximize your earning potential, right? It's powerful, very powerful because you're earning in VVA. So it doesn't matter what the market does, right? Because you're earning VVAs every 8 hours on your personally stake, right? That up to 1.32% a day. And all these percentages, you're getting VVAs. You're stacking up on VVAs. So it doesn't matter what the market does. You're earning VVAs. So when the market goes up, guess what? The dollar amount is more. And of course, you want to wait till the market goes up, cash in a few. You don't, not when the market is down, right? So that's what's so powerful about this plan. Now, we do have something for the ones that want a little bit more, and we know we have some amazing leaders on with us. I saw their names on there that build massive teams, right? And we've got some for you. It's called the Diamond League Team Bonus. So all you have to do is actually just refer out of your network, right? I don't know what the number you personally refer. You just need 3 of them who achieve 50,000 DAI in stake VVA tokens volume, right? 3 legs that does that. And what that does, it unlocks 1%. You'll earn 1% bonus on all levels, which is added directly to the vault. So for example, say your 3 build teams of 50,000, right? DAI worth of stake VVAs, that's 150,000 combined. Well, you will instantly qualify for this Diamond Level 1 and receive 1% automatically, right? So this is an additional bonus on top of the unilevel 12 levels, on top of your personally stake. Guys, you see how lucrative this is? And this is every 8 hours on the rebase reward on your personal and on the unilevel referral reward bonus. Guys, this thing is just incredibly powerful. And again, like I said, when you experience it, is a whole different feeling, right? I showed you, you know, um, what the market is, where the market is. Veritas Vault right now, is at $2. We launched at 38 cents. So think about that for a minute. Bitcoin, I showed you where it was like at 10 cents, 6 cents, right? Look where it is today, right? So you look at the market of where it is today compared to where it was years ago, and you compare that to where Veritas Vault was, 38 cents, to where it is today. Guys, you see a trend here? I mean, you see this. This is beautiful. Look at that, right? $2. And we're looking at Bitcoin when, Bitcoin was $2 and where it is now. And this community is growing fast. So you have to ask yourself, right? 6 months from now, a year from now, right? Where would you be? Right? Where would the value of the VVA be? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know, right? But I will say, I know we launched at 38 cents. I do know we're at $2. I do know, project based on what I see activity in the community growing, we'll hit $5, $10, $100, right? I mean, that's what we're all hoping for. Could it happen? Absolutely. Why? Because all of a sudden, Veritas Vault. Have you guys heard about Veritas Vault? Have you guys heard about this token called VVA? We've got day traders outside of the community finding the VVA and trading. Guys, things are happening. People are getting excited about this project here. Okay, so you are in control of your future. You can make the decision for yourself, for your family, and your loved ones. So with that, Brenda, let me turn my camera on. I'm gonna stop share here. There we go.
Dr. Steve, you do such a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much. And I know our community loves it as well. So, I know we're going to bring on a couple of your friends here and we're going to have some testimonies, but I just wanted to, have a little bit of a chin wag here. We've got people in with, some hundreds of dollars. We've got others in with thousands of dollars. But like you were saying, it's all about the compounding, and we all earn the same rebase every 8 hours. So, when people wrap their head around that, it really it's kind of that eighth wonder of the world, compounding. It's absolutely mind blowing. So thank you so much for how you shared it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're absolutely right. I know compounding to a lot of people are new, right? I mean, maybe if you're, you know, you hear a lot of it in the mortgage, right? For amortization for mortgages, and you look at it from that perspective. But the compounding, sometimes, a lot of people, it's very new to them trying to comprehend the compound. Yeah, we've heard about it, but you're right. Once you experience it and understand, how that works, it really is mind-boggling, but you just got to experience it to understand it.
Yeah, and to feel it, and I know
Exactly.
we've got that little calculator on, on our webpage that you can kind of, project out 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, and that's where the real magic starts happening after that 6 month period. And it's like it goes ballistic.
You're absolutely right. And now that you mentioned it, I'll just show them right there. What Brenda's talking about is this little
Yeah,
calculator
thank you.
that's right here. Yeah. So like, even like she said, $100, and you want to say, in 6 months, what does that look like to me? And you're right, many people has that. Look at that. In 6 months, right? $100, look at that, 999.2% yield. I mean, that's phenomenal. I don't know what investment account will give you that type of return. None. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This platform, once you experience it, is just unbelievable. Like you said, I mean, people are coming in at different amounts. Maybe you have $1,000. You want to see, okay, in 6 months, what are the potentials? Look at that. Unbelievable. And guys, play around with this, maybe you got 5,000. I mean, just play around with it. Maybe 3 months. You want to just say, okay, in 3 months, what does it look like? I mean, the numbers are just amazing, right? And so this tool is there for you to just let your mind run wild and see what are the potentials and just run with it. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. We take our why,
You
and
take
then we trying to figure out, what does that why need, as far as finances, and this is how we
exactly.
can make it happen. I love it. Well, I know you wanted to bring on Mr.
Yes.
Mark Thomas, or Thomas rather.
Well, okay. Yeah,
So,
well, we're going to bring on actually, let's bring on Loris
Laura, okay,
first. Yes,
wonderful.
Loris Tanner. He actually, I'm gonna read it. He's from Guyana, actually. And
Oh, wonderful.
he's been in networking space about 10 years. Very humble guy. Very humble guy. I heard a lot about him. It said actually that he does not have sugar in his tank, but salt, and he's the salt and the light of the world. So
I love
it's a
it.
good description of him. So maybe he can put his hand up, or maybe we already have him flagged to unmute his mic. Uh, Loris, are you there? Loris Tanner, you can unmute your mic and take about 2 to 3 minutes and just share your why. I don't know if we
Oh,
see him
yeah.
anywhere. Slavic, do we have him there?
Yeah, I don't know if Slavic is
Yeah, I don't see him
able
in
Oh,
to.
here.
there he is. I saw a thumbs up
There
there
he is.
somewhere.
We thought a thumbs up. Scott, are you able to find him?
I'm looking for the thumbs up in the.
Raise your hand, Loris, so they can find
Yeah,
you.
there's the little reaction, if we can actually. I know he put a thumbs up, but we weren't able to see it quick enough.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
All right, hang on. Let me look in the L's here. I'll find him here real quick, and then we'll bring on Mark. All right, there we go.
There
Let's
he is.
Oh, there he
found him.
is. There he
There he
is.
is. Awesome.
Yeah.
We found him. All right,
All
Lars,
right.
thank you so much. Go ahead and take 2 or 3 minutes and just share your why and what you see in Veritas.
Hi, Dr. Steve. Hi, good evening, everyone. I must say that Veritas Vault is none like any other opportunity out there at this moment. It's a no-brainer. It's definitely a game changer. Guys, get on board. Let that be a why. Whatever you can start with, as little as $100, 500, whatever you can afford. Trust me, it's definitely worth hopping on board.
Awesome. I don't know if we have, well, thank you, Lars. Um, I guess you were through. Awesome, awesome. All right, well, we're going to bring on Mark. Mark actually, Mark Thomas, who I've known for a while now. Just an amazing guy. He's a financial planner, and he had what 164,000, 150, pardon me, 164 million under his management. And you know,
Wow.
this guy is just coming from the financial world and seeing. You know, what he saw with Veritas is just unbelievable. So, Mark, if you don't mind unmuting and just sharing, you know, taking about 3, 4 minutes and sharing your why and what you see with Veritas. Veritas Vault. Did we find Mark here?
There we go. You got me, Steve?
There we go. Got you. Yes, Mark.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Steve. And yeah, my name is Mark Thomas. And I've been, when I come out of the United States Marine Corps, worked in a factory for about 30 days. I told my wife there's got to be something different out there. And she said, what? And I said, there's a different game that we don't know how to play. And as coming from an athlete and coming from a veteran, you know, I wake up every day to win. And, so, I had to click a yes button there. All right. So anyway, so I went into the financial arena, and what I learned real quickly is that they was always talking about, you know, an average of 7% APY, annual percentage yield. But when I got to looking at what the banks were getting, you know, on their yield off of our money, when I got to looking at what the owners or the stockbrokers of the bank and the like the Edward Joneses and things of that nature, I knew there had to be there was a different game. It just was not available for the little guy like myself. And so I started interviewing a lot of people. And all I done was put my head down and went to work, and I built a massive portfolio. And you know, and we've lived a life. We've traveled around the world. We have lived a different life. My wife and I and our 3 kids. And it's not the normal life. And I tell everybody, you can call me anything you want to in the book, but don't ever call me normal, because that will upset me. And so my why is when I started looking at cryptocurrency several years ago, all the way back to Bitcoin, I said, right here's a chance for the little guy to win. And when I talk about the little guy, even though my wife and I were in our 60s, and I haven't done much in several years now. But when this come along, when I seen Veritas come along, and my son, Isaiah Thomas, owns a used car dealership, and he is helping, he's 24 years old, and he's helping mentor a lot of younger kids at his age about how money works, because he's got a dirt bike race, a track right here at our house. We teach our kids to be psychologically unemployable. And so I want to pass that tradition on to my kids, my grandkids, and to my great grandkids, is that it's okay to have a job, but you don't have that job to make money. You do that job because it's your passion. You do that job because you got extra time to go help the needy or to go to help mentor. Your money's got to come from money working for you. Because if you're always having to work for money, then you're always going to be broke. And so I shared all of this with Isaiah, the cryptocurrency, several years ago. And today, man, he caught it. He caught it. And I caught it even more, because for a 24-year-old, listen, guys, they understand this world, this crypto, better than a lot of the older people do. And they're hungry, because there is nothing out there for them to do to really make money. Okay. So he had a young kid named Tyron come into his office today after we got through getting into Veritas, and we showed Tyron about what all was taking place here. And he says, man, I'm on right now. Now here's now a 23-year-old, And I asked him, what is your why? Why do you want to do this, Tyron? And his exact words was, I want my baby girl, my little baby girl, to break this tradition of being broke. I want her to have generational wealth. Guys, this is coming from somebody that don't have much, that works 2 jobs. Okay. So if you want to know what your why is, hey, go to the communities and go out there and talk to these young kids and say, look, what is your dream and how are you going to achieve it? Let me show you Veritas. Let me show you how you can get started for 120 bucks. Okay. And get started in changing your family's tradition from whatever it was to building that generational wealth. So Steve, all I can say is thank you, and thank you for Greg Wolford that shared this with me. 63 years old, and I've got more energy than I've had since I was in my 20s. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark, for sharing. That was amazing. Thank you. Yes. Wow. Hey, as you guys heard, everybody's got their why, and reaching out that generation is just amazing because he's right. They get it. I mean, I watched them. We were just signing up the son, and he got it like that. I mean, do this, do that, bam, bam, click, 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 click. I'm like, wow, you did this before? So with that, Brenda, I'm going to turn it back to you.
That was wonderful. Mark, I love your mindset. And if we can like share that mindset in the community, because so many of us have, been, programmed into thinking that there was only the one way to earn money. And like you said, you decided to find something that was better and suited your family lifestyle. So thank you so much for sharing that. And community, we just all love you here, and we just are so grateful that you jump on these calls with us. And without you, we would be lonely here. So thank you for joining us. Tomorrow night, Nick is going to be on. He's going to be sharing some of the updates with us. So please do circle around back and bring all your friends. And again, welcome all the newcomers. Mark, so good to have you here. Love to hear your story about sharing with the young ones. And absolutely, it's they get it. So thank you again, all. Bless you all, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Same place, same time. Thank you. Bye now.